welcome along and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. Today we are going to be restocking the sawmill. We need to get some more trees out of our tree farm. I can see, did I see some deer through there? I think I did. So yeah, we've got to cut at least 6 trees down from here. Get them into our loading area and get them loaded up onto a trailer. If we can do a couple of loads, that'd be great. But I think this will keep us going for a bit. We are still about 45,000 short of the amount of money we need. We need 120,000 in order to get where we want to go and buy what we want to buy at the moment, namely the barrel factory. So we're going to cut some of these trees, get them out of here, and get them into our sawmill to get in some extra money and some extra wood, to be honest. So let's cut this here. We do have some furniture to sell as well, so we're going to be going down there with the little skid steer and getting that done. It actually, tables and chairs are both wanted at the Sunnyside Cafe at the moment. So what we're probably going to end up doing, just lean over this one to get this cut, is to go down there, get those sold, and get money in from that. I think we're looking at about 20,000 from that. Oh, that's not wanting to fall. Don't want to make that fall that way. That's the trouble I've got here. So let's cut this again. See if we can get it. Trouble is I'm coming in here at an angle because of the log I'm cutting it on. And it's not liking it very much. Let's cut through that. We need to destabilize this. Actually, that's not a good idea. Let's cut that there. See if we can get this wedge to work for us rather than against. And right, and then cut these out from under it. See if we can actually get this to work properly and fall in the right direction. Whoa, that's coming towards me. So that's a good example of a tree not ending up being cut where I want it to be cut, and causing me an issue as a result. In fact, I think in order to get this out of here properly, we're going to have to take this one as well, lay it across this one, and then that will be more easily accessible. So that should be our 4th one. Yep, we need to cut 2 more. And so I think we'll open things up a little bit this way here, and then 1 more after this to cut. And exactly where am I going to do that to open this up? I think we will come in here and take this one here at the back. Yeah, and that will be a good 6 trees. All of these, being lodgepole pines that are fully grown, are at 36.3 meters. And so all of them are of a really good size. Let's get a 7th tree, seeing as this one is stuck against it. We could always do with the extra wood anyway. Oh, and we have a load of logs actually over by our sheds as well that need cutting. So we'll get rid of those 2. Meanwhile, those 2 are down, and we can get into this piece of kit here and go and get... Ooh, stuck on that tree. Go and get these processing into our area and get them loaded up. So starter up, unfold our grab, and we'll start with the one actually over this corner here that we ended up having to get done. Thing to remember with this, apart from the fact that I am currently driving in reverse, so I'm completely turned around, is that you mustn't start steering before you have moved off, because it doesn't tend to work. It just gets really confused. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I stop doing that to it. Down there and out. I think we are still at 6 meter cuts. Yes, that's unchanged. So we just want to take our processor head in here. And we are not over it. Oh, we're right at the end of it. That's why. Yeah, sometimes you just need to make sure that you're in the right place. And where I am right now is not the right place. Now, I'm in the right place. Okay, and then we want to drive forwards to pull it out of here. Hopefully not catching it on any other trees. Because that then becomes a problem. And the thing about this is that you can maneuver things fairly nicely into areas like this. We want to push that out, get it as close to this end as possible, and cut it to fit in. And then we're going to push them all in with a head in a minute. We can probably do it with our just our normal wheel loader, but if we need to, we can put the blade on the front and push them into position before we start loading them up. So I'm having to do a little bit of musical equipment here. We've got to move the Phoenix out the way in order to get at our log grab. We also need to hook the Phoenix up to the logging trailer anyway, so we might as well do that while we're moving it about. I can't put it in position yet though, because it's going to be blocking our way. But what I do want to do quickly is just pull this trailer out here so we can load these bits of logs onto it. So we'll jump into this, grab our log grab, which is over here, and then we'll be able to go and grab that small pile of logs we've had sitting around for a while over this side and round here. There we are. So push this in and on, and this is the first set of logs for a while I've done without having the advantage of the backboard we've got elsewhere. But I think my ability to grab logs is getting better, because I would never have been able to do that a while ago. That would have been just a complete mess. And the bits that have fallen out are small bits here, which we are going to have to pick up by hand now, because they are completely in my way. But yeah, they're just small bits that we can chuck on here. Like, well, I was going to say like that, but if I chuck it on there like that, that's not going to work. Let's hoof that over. Yeah, look at that. Nicely onto the trailer. And then there was another one that dropped over here. These are mainly all offcuts and little bits and pieces that we just had kicking around. I want to get them on here, get them out of the way, and then they're no longer an issue around our logging camp. And I've been meaning to get rid of them for the last 3-4 loads. So loading them onto here now is just going to do that very nicely. And actually, that again is one of my better bits of loading, I think. Apart from one or two bits that just aren't behaving themselves. So up you go. On you go to the top. And hopefully, no, you're going to fall off the side again. There we are. So I've managed to put it on there across there like that. We'll just give those a quick and dirty strap down, and then we're going to go round and start getting that first tree loaded up. So I want to come round here and push these round and into our loading area at a little bit of an angle. So best to come in here and try and get them lined up a little bit. Yeah, we may not need to get the blade on this if we're lucky. Is that under everything? Yeah, that's under everything. So grab that. Do love this loading area. Somebody suggested, why don't you just lift it above and then back it out? Not a bad call. Does unbalance the class a little bit. This wheel loader is not overly happy about lifting them up that high, which is why I've in the past tried not to do that. But you can see it does effectively get rid of the problem we have, just so long as we don't fall over while we're trying to do it. So we'll bring up the truck into our loading space. And then we'll just bring this over and carefully and gently place these logs in the trailer. Because I know everybody goes on to me about, oh, you know, don't drop the logs onto the trailer, you'll damage the trailer. Very true. And we're all about trying to keep things realistic here. So we'll carefully lay them onto the trailer like that. And start getting another tree loaded up. I think 7 trees is probably going to mean we're going to extend the bars at the top of the trailer this time. Managed to get the tree round to some semblance of an easier place for me to unload it. Let's extend that out a bit. If I can put it into that corner, that then makes it easier for me to do. Push that out. There we go. And is that going to go into the corner? Yeah. A little bit further out. There. Oh, that's what I'm trying to avoid doing. So if I catch that edge, if I put it in that area and it hits the edge of the loading bit, that is a big problem for me, because it makes it very difficult to then load up from there. We might get lucky this time, quite possibly. Let's bring that in. Right. And then we can come in with this, but you can see that back one. We're going to have to pull those first 2 logs off the back there, and hopefully be able to pull them into a position that is going to cause us less problem without knocking everything else off. I think we've done it though. I think that should be okay. So let's come in here, target the middle, and try and twist everything round. And yeah, we're not. We are going to need to get... Well, this is where the blade comes in useful on here, and where we want to get our other wheel loader here out and get it sorted. So lift this up and spin this round so that we can get our stump grinder off it, and then put on the blade that we've got behind. And we can even pull trees out and get them loaded up if we want to with this, so that'll be quite useful. Let's connect those, disconnect that off the front. Oh no, yeah, sometimes manual attach is great for doing that, but sometimes it just really doesn't like it. Let's put this on the front, fold it out so that we've got the full width of the blade. I love how much faster this moves when I don't have the stump grinder on the front. It just makes me want to leave the stump grinder in this area here where we're actually grinding the stumps, because then I have to deal with less distance with it on the front, slowing me down. Alright, just push these up, get it all aligned, and then that will go on the trailer so much better. But we are now using 3 machines at once, 4 machines including the truck, in order to get this job done. It's quite an involved job at the end of the day. No, I am not hitting the wall. That is just the logs not wanting to roll up into a group. Yeah, there we go. Get them right in there, clamp down on it, and then lift up and over the wall, and we can go and load this lot up. Carefully does it, because we're quite full on here. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to... Amazed how full this is already, and it's full on one side more than the other. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to again quick strap those down, move this forward, and start loading up the back. I'm only on my 2nd tree. So, yeah, we're going to have to raise the bars and to get the rest of these trees on. because otherwise we are just not going to fit everything on. I've got another 5 trees to go on here, which is exceptional. Oh, the other thing I need to do now, of course, is move this out of the way. Because while it's great to push stuff in, it is not going to be great sitting in the way there of me getting the next tree loaded up. And make sure, going into here, I'm going forwards. Oh, and the way our whole processor is positioned at the moment, I think we can come in here, drop this down, and probably pick that one up. That's perfect. Get that very nicely into our loading area without too much hassle, I think. So let's back it up and get it cut. So as long as I get approximately in the right place, we're fine. Then, oh, no, back it off. Well, actually, forwards. I've actually got it round the right way now, our excavator. So, yeah. Moving into the tree farm is forwards, not backwards. Which was confusing me early on, and now is confusing me later when I'm trying to go the other way. Right, that actually is a fairly neat pile. If we can get under it, then we'll be good. But I don't think we're going to. I think this is going to need to go the whole way to the end. Because they don't bunch up unless I push them up against something like that. But when they do, it does give me this really nice, neat group of logs that I can just put straight on the trailer, all very nicely lined up. And it just makes for such neater, easier loading of logs on here. It really does. I loved it when we first set it up, and I love it now while we're loading like this, because all I do is make sure I'm against the end like this and then just back out, and it just gives me a nice, well placed pile of logs. I love how well this blade works. I'm able to position logs as however I want, and the great thing is, because it has this on the front, this rope on the front, if we get a log between here, we can just pull it out with the rope, and then it gets into the right position. And it means that we've never got an issue where we can't position the logs in here into exactly where we want to load them up. And that, to me, is just incredible. It works so well from that point of view as well. These 3 pieces of kit together... Ooh, am I stuck on the wall? I'm stuck on the wall. These 3 pieces of kit together work really well in this setup, just to keep everything moving. Someone did suggest, actually, that it would be a really good idea to put something bracing against the back of that concrete wall. And we probably should. I think I agree with that. It's a little bit unrealistic not to. Now, we've got to be careful with unloading here, because we are very close to the top. In fact, for the next few logs, what we're going to have to do is... No, don't go over the top. Is probably get the bits extended on this. Because you can see with these ones here, they are already fairly near the top. And in fact, if I can't get... Wow, why are those 2 sticking together so badly? Can I lift that one off the top? Yeah, let's just lift that off there. There we go. Yeah, before we load any more logs onto here, we are definitely going to have to extend those top bits. So let's get those up. Are they? There we go. Up they go. And that should give us the space for the last 2 trees we've got on here. I think it's only 2 more trees. And that means that we're going to get all 7 trees, plus all the offcuts off here. Should be one of our biggest loads of logs ever that we've delivered to the sawmill. And yeah, we're going to be processing and producing a lot of raw materials for everywhere else. with fair ease. Right, let's turn this round. I think it's going to have to be round the other way for us to come out of here properly. Let's lift up. Right, there we go. And turn it a bit more. Out, round, down. Can you grab it from there? No, I think we're going to have to go out a little bit. Grab it. There we go. And then out a bit. And we want to come as straight out of here as we can to try and keep this so that it goes into our loading area as straight as possible as well. Bring it round. Yeah, that's not as straight as possible. So it's going to be into the corner then. Right, and cut. Yeah, that works just about. God, that's tight. That's really tight. Ouch. There we are. That should not be so bad now. Yeah, there we go. Just don't go between those two bits of concrete is all I ask. And no, we're good. Perfect. Right, one more tree to go once we've loaded this one up. So I'm going to load the back up first, as that is the area that is available to us. Very carefully going to try and put these onto the top. Hopefully, without too much movement or good spread is all I need. Right, let's pull that right out of the way, and that way I should be able to just lay these onto the back there like that. Look at that. That is definitely our biggest load yet. Wow. We do have one there too. Yep. Right, let's back this up. We've got one more log to lay onto the front section of this. And then it's going to be a very precarious, very slow drive over to the sawmill to get these unloaded, because I could very easily topple my trailer if I'm not careful. Out we come. The other thing I want to do today is get rid of the stumps that we've now created, because if I don't do that, we're going to come to do more work here later and end up with an issue. Right, and want to get that into the corner. Yeah, we're going to be fine. Right, so load this in. It's getting very close to that. Yeah, there we go. It's hit the corner. We're going to have to move that one. Yeah, we're going to have to pull that out with the chain, because otherwise it's just not going to load up. So this will be a good example of that and a good test. So we'll move this back into the area over here. Turn it off. So this here, what I want to do now is just pull that one far enough out that we can then push it back in. So we'll grab the winch rope. There we go. Attach it to here. And then we want to pull in the winch. There, that way. Like that. Right, and then detach the winch. Then, because it's no longer sitting between those bits, what I can do is just push it into a much more useful position. More useful position in this case will be right out in front, and then up against the other bits. And then we can use the blade on this to push everything into a position where we can easily pick it up. And this is the beauty of having this multi-blade on here, is that it just makes positioning everything in our loading area so much easier. We can line everything up, and then we just come in with the other wheel load it up, and get it put onto the trailer. So over here, into here. Right, and then underneath. Grab it. Lift it out. We have got all of it. And then just back out like this and lower it back down so we're not really, really front heavy. Bring it round and onto here. Oh, almost, no. Oh, wow. There's a little bit of a dip going up to this roadway. And yeah, it can cause issues. Right. So open up and carefully try to position these so we don't get any rolling off. Yep. Right, and oh, we're not quite in the right place. I've managed to mess myself up a little bit. So back off, pull forwards, and reposition. There we go. That should mean completely move that out of the way. We can get the rest of these off without hopefully dropping any. That top one, I don't like the look of that top one. I think it might be on there. Yes, it is. Good. Ooh, not securely. Let's see if we can push that on and get that on, yeah, into the rest of it without causing a major problem with everything else. There we are. That's better. That's much better. Right, let's go back this up. Leave this in this area here. Close it down. Right, let's go get these logs delivered to the sawmill. I've almost got 2 more pallets of wool back at the logging camp, so we're going to be able to get more wool down to the spinnery soon. We only need really 3, or it's actually 2.5, just over 2.5 pallets of it, and I think we're coming up to our 2nd pallet, so that should be doable fairly soon. We'll see if we'll see where we are at the end of today. It may be one of those things where we take a couple of pallets down there today to get that moving, and then bring another one. That way we can get everything processing. This is now loading up all of that wood though, so we can leave that doing that. Get that all unloaded and into our sawmill. We can start that producing everything again. So let's activate all of those. I'm going to deactivate the fabric from the wool at the moment because we don't have any. We've got 686. So we need about 314 litres. So double that is 628 litres. Plus another 2,000 litres to complete the ship. So that's what we need to do next. We've got a lot of chairs and a lot of tables waiting to be sold as well. So I think what we're going to do is we'll go and do that next, and go and make some money off some tables and chairs. So to do that, I have my TLX with the trailer on the back. We have got the skid steer or our teleskid in the trailer. It seems Sunset Cafe is the place that wants to take all the tables and chairs. They must be refurbishing, so that's good news because we don't have to load stuff up anywhere. We can just get the teleskid to go across the road and drop them off. So we'll pull off on the corner here, bring over to here and park outside. The cafe is literally just across the road there. So let's unfold the trailer, jump into this, and they're all down the back. I should be able to take a couple of these across at a time. Certainly should work that way. Very tight to get back here and get these picked up. So it's not the easiest of loading areas. Get under there like that. And they're paying nearly 2,000, no, nearly 3,000 per set of tables and chairs, I think, if I remember correctly. So chairs, Sunnyside are paying 1,912, which is more than anywhere else. And tables, they are paying 2,965, which is also more than anywhere else. So yeah, we wanna take all of the tables and chairs over there. They seem to be fairly desperate for them over at the cafe at the moment. So this should spawn more chairs out here. We've got another set of tables. Yeah. So I'm just gonna pop across the road with this. Make sure we got no traffic coming. Just run a few sets of these across. Wow, they don't have a dropped. They have a dropped curve on that corner. Don't have a dropped curve here, where we're trying to get across. That does not make things easy for loading. However, we can get these over here fairly easy. Drop them off. That's a good 3,800 for just 2 pallets of those. The tables, though, are what are going to make us a lot of money. Not a fan of this area to load this stuff up. It's really, really difficult without going down the hill, especially if you're trying to stack like I am. But, yeah, that's a fairly decent stack. We're going to try and take all of these tables at once. See if they will all go at the same time. So, underneath. I'm most worried about going up and down the curbs. Because that is quite a bit of weight on the front of here. But it seems to be handling it. And we do have dropped curbs at the pedestrian crossings. Oh, the traffic here. Right. He's turning. That's good. So we're going to try and go up this dropped curb here. And get round. Yep, there we go. And nicely into here. 3 sets of tables. About 3,000 litres. So this is going to be worth nearly, well, yeah, nearly £9,000. There we go. 8,895. So we are gradually getting ever closer. Another 4,000, which we're almost going to get off these off the remaining chairs. And we're nearly breaking, whoa, the 200,000 pound mark. And if that's the case, that then is us less than 20,000 away from getting the barrel factory. We might even be able to afford the barrel factory next time. In fact, if we sell stuff, we definitely will be able to afford the barrel factory next time. So, yeah, we are getting ever closer to getting the getting our roller coaster done and finished, which, as I said many times before, is exactly what we're aiming to do on this series. We came in, we've spent... How many years have we spent on here? We are up to our 5th year. So it's taken us 5 years to get everything together. But having got everything together, we are looking at having the roller coaster in the not too distant future, I think. Which would be a challenge succeeded if we manage to do it. 50 episodes. Can we build the roller coaster? We are at episode 47, I think, with this one. And yeah, that would mean that we are so close to hitting our target. 100,021. We're less than £20,000 away from getting the barrel factory, getting the last couple of bits we need to finish off the roller coaster. I want to reverse on this, actually. So let's back this up here. Turn it off. Put the trailer down. Lock it on. And I just want to go and have a look if we need anything else. I think that that what we've got left to do on the roller coaster is the last of it. I don't think there's any more stages than where we are now. If you do know that there are more stages, let us know in the comments, because I don't think there are. I think getting the furniture there, getting the barrels there, getting the buckets there, I think is the last stage we need. Let's just pop around here and go and have a look. But I think that's it. Pull in here. What do we need? We need a barrel and a bucket. We've got everything else. The roller coaster, yeah, it gives me no other information than that. But yeah, so the roller coaster is almost there. And look at it. All of the run, all of the track and everything is done. And it is just about there. Just so little left to do. So with that, we're going to be picking it up next time with needing to get the rest of the wool in to get the remaining fabric done and launch our ship. And hopefully we're going to make the last sort of 19,000 we need to get the barrel factory to make the buckets and the barrels and get the roller coaster done. So are we going to manage it? Well, you'll have to join me next time to find out, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.